Hey everybody, so I just thought I would make a video and formally introduce myself. I don't know why I didn't do this a long time ago. I don't know, I guess I've kind of always been, I don't know, I guess I've always had kind of a self-esteem issues because like I'm a big guy, and I don't consider myself by any means attractive or anything like that. I mean, the last thing I think that anybody wants to see is me. Like, the big joke that I do is I don't even want to see me. I know you guys don't. But I figured I would just kind of introduce myself and, you know, get to know you. Well, at least let you guys get to know me. So, I'm 44. Well, I turned 44 on the 17th, and I I've always been a big guy. When I was 10 years old, I was 6 foot tall, and I was 250 pounds. Like, when I was 8, I was a normal kid. I was tall. I was like 5'7", but I was like 100 pounds. So, But one fateful summer at Grandma's house, being spoiled rotten, and I shot my weight completely up. And ever since then, it just kind of went up. I was 13 when I hit 350 pounds. And I was 16 when I hit 400 pounds. And by 18, I was 450. Now, I didn't hit 500 until about 22. And then I kind of plateaued, gained a little bit, kind of plateaued throughout my 20s. But by the time I was 30, I hit 600. And, like, to me, I watched that show, My 600 Pound Life, and I love that show. And, I mean, I do sympathize with a couple of the people, but, some of them I make fun of. I mean, it's kind of a guilty pleasure. I feel like I can, though, because I was like that. But at my worst weight, I was 675 pounds. That was 3 years ago. And so, I could feel it. I was 41, 41 years old, and I mean, I was having trouble breathing. I was waking up sore all the time. Now, I'm a tall guy too. I'm 6'6". I've been 6'6" since I was 15. So, but that kind of helped. But I decided I was tired of feeling that way. So the first thing that I did was I cut out soda. Now, mind you, I was drinking at least a 2-liter a day. And for those who don't know, soda is probably one of the worst things that you can drink. I mean, some people think that soda is worse than cigarettes. I think I saw a thing where it said that one 12-ounce can of soda per day, every day, for 1 year, is like I can't remember if it was 4 pounds or 14 pounds of sugar. And I mean, I was drinking a 2-liter a day, and a 2-liter is equivalent to like a 12-pack. Well, not that much, a 6-pack. So, yeah, that was my guilty pleasure, though. I didn't do a lot of sweets. I was mainly meat eater and soda. So the first thing I did was I cut out soda, and I didn't change really anything else. I mean, I was still kind of eating like a pig, and I was probably doing about 5,000 calories a day. But cutting out the soda by itself really surprised me, because I decided to do a weight loss program through Riverside. And when I went to do my first weigh-in, which was about 6 months later after I stopped the soda. I went in and I weighed in at 580 pounds. So I had lost almost 100 pounds just from cutting out soda, like all sugary drinks. I didn't drink any more soda. So I talked to a dietitian, and they recommended that I switch to decaf tea and using a sucralose sweetener, and that's what I've been doing ever since. Now, the second step was I cut my calories down. At first I started with 2,000 because I know that's like the average that most American diets are based on. So I cut it down to 2,000 calories a day, and I ended up losing like another, 50 something pounds. I got down to like 525, which like I thought was awesome because I hadn't weighed 525 pounds since I was like 25 years old. So I saw my doctor again like last year, and he told me to switch to a 1,200 calorie diet, and I would do a protein shake in the morning, which in some of my videos you guys have seen where I go, I'm going to drink my breakfast, and yeah, that's my strawberry protein shake. What you doing, bud? What you doing? It's my buddy. Look, this is Morty. Morty! Oh, the kid is... Oh. What? What you doing, kid? What are you doing? Anyways. So, that's my buddy Morty. Summer just jumped off the bed. She's going to see what's going on out there. So, I dropped down to a 1,200 calorie a day diet. Haven't drank any soda. And as of right now, I weigh 470 pounds. That is the lowest I've been since I was 20 years old. So, I mean, I still got a long ways to go. I'm hoping to get down to 375 by December. So, yep. So we're trying to get there. I am currently single. I was involved with a woman who I called my wife for 23 years. The reason we didn't officially get married was because we were both on disability, as she had lupus and I was on disability for my weight. But we met when she was 20 and I was 18, and we dated for 6 months and kind of went our separate ways. Yeah, but we remained friends. That's the big thing. Like, we always remained friends no matter what happened in our life. And we saw each other a couple of times. We dated on and off again a couple of times because I always treated her with the utmost respect. So, I guess she would come back to me, if she was just feeling lonely or just wanted someone to talk to. But in 2001, we actually started dating again, and we decided to commit to each other and been together ever since. So we've known each other for 23 years, but officially we've been dating since 2001, so 18 years. But I just consider 21 or 23 years because, we've always been in each other's lives. And she has a son who was 2 years old when I met him, and I've taken him under my wing and tried to raise him, the right way, and way to treat women with respect and honesty and loyalty, and tried to raise him to be a decent person. he kind of shares my sense of humor and my likes and dislikes. I mean, you know, we're both into video games, we're both into comedy, we're both into sci-fi movies and stuff like comic book stuff, and you know, so we get along great. And when she passed away, you know, I reassured him that, you know, if as long as I had a place to live, he would have a place to live. So he still lives with me, and you know, it's, you know, we get along good. You know, can't really ask for much more. But so yeah, I mean, we did kind of, her and I kind of like, you know, enabled each other. But yeah, I don't know. I guess we could have done things differently, but we were happy. You know, like I said earlier in one of the videos I did, we hardly ever fought. We would argue once in a blue moon, but we mostly got along, and that was really good. So, she was diagnosed with lupus when she was 20 years old, and by the time she was 30, you could kind of see it starting to affect her. Like, she didn't have a lot of strength in her hands anymore, you know, because she had rheumatoid arthritis too. And once she got to 40, it was really, you could really see it starting to get bad. The high doses of prednisone, which is a steroid that she had to take to try to keep the lupus at bay, was dissolving her bones and her teeth. She had to get all her teeth pulled, and she had bone death in her hip and her shoulder. So she was in a lot of pain, and she, you know, her doctor was giving her OxyContin, and she, you know, basically became addicted to it because she had to be on it for a long time. She was on OxyContin for a long time. Nobody should be on it for that long unless you have a terminal illness. If you don't have cancer or AIDS or lupus or rheumatoid arthritis, you know, you don't need to be on OxyContin. It's a terrible disease. It's a terrible drug. But with all the years of, you know, OxyContin and the lupus and all that, you know, October 27th, 2017, me and her mom watched her take her last breath. And I didn't think anything would hurt as much as watching my mom pass away. But that hurt me. My mom passed away in 2008 from pancreatic cancer, and I watched her take her last breath. And then Tammy passed away in 2017, and I watched her take her last breath. The good thing about it is she's no longer suffering, and she was with everyone who truly loved her at the end. She wasn't hooked up to machines in a hospital bed. She had her mom, she had me, and she had her son, all with her. So we take comfort in knowing that, you know, she didn't leave this world alone. But so yeah, that's my story. Me as a person, I love comedy. As you can tell from the stand-ups, I mean, I've watched some comedy. In the 80s, I grew up with Richard Pryor, Sam Kinison, Andrew Dice Clay, George Carlin, Dennis Miller. Rita Rudner was good. Paula Poundstone was good before she got in trouble for that, you know, child sexual abuse thing. And then the 90s when we got Adam Sandler and Chris Rock and Will Ferrell and all the guys, you know, Chris Farley, David Spade, Yeah, those were good. But the current unstoppable crop, Joe Rogan, Bill Burr, Louis C.K., Tom Segura, Bert Kreischer, those are my favorites. And I mean, I've been displaying a lot of, Dennis Leary in the 90s. That was one of my favorites too. But, yeah. I love sci-fi movies. I like comic book movies. I love horror movies. I'm a huge horror movie fan, and I'm really disappointed at the state of horror movies today. Thankfully, there are some directors that are putting out some good stuff. I love James Wan. I love the Conjuring universe. You know, the Conjuring, Annabelle, The Nun. I loved all those. I can't wait for Annabelle Comes Home. It's going to be good. Looking forward to Infinity Wars Endgame, even though the whole Captain Marvel fiasco totally really turned me off from it. Actually, my most anticipated movie of this year is Joker. That Joker trailer completely blew my mind. The Star Wars Episode 9 trailer totally blew my mind. I'm looking forward to that. And I'm still, even though Hellboy got horrible reviews, I'm still looking forward to it because I've always loved the Hellboy movies. I am going to see Endgame. I am going to see Shazam. In fact, that's probably what I'm going to go see for my birthday, Tuesday. Our local movie theater has $5 Tuesdays, so we'll probably go see that. I talked to my brother about that. My younger brother, his birthday is tomorrow, so I think we're just going to kind of celebrate him on Tuesday, you know. So that'd be cool. But yeah, hopefully I didn't bore you guys too much. I just wanted to introduce myself and, you know, let you guys know a few things about me. I'm still going to do the Bitcoin videos. It may not be free Bitcoin very often because my new account, I'm going to basically just kind of send my excess to my Coinbase. My goal is to start really saving up because I'm pretty certain that Bitcoin is going to go on the rise in the next 2 to 3 years. So I would like to build up my portfolio on Coinbase. Currently I have about $50 worth, but hopefully over the course of this year I'll be able to rack some more up. But anyways, so I hope this was enlightening, and you know, I hope you liked it. Comment, subscribe, share, hit that thumbs up, and you know, if you have any questions for me, feel free to ask in the comments below, and I will respond. And I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your week. So take care.